Hey, in this video, I want to demo what is probably one of my favorite new features of Msty Studio called Personas. This feature allows you to basically create an agent, like an AI assistant of your own, that you can call anytime during conversations. At first, this might look like whatever, but once you start adding add-ons like attachments, real-time data, tool sets, live context, all these things, basically composing it with other weapons, then it really becomes an amazing arsenal in your, AI journey, if you want to call that. I'm really excited and very, very proud of this feature. So let me show you. I'll start with a very basic example and dive into more advanced examples. I might not get time to show everything. But even then, I will be scratching only the surface of this powerful tool. So you go to, for personas, you go to this little personas icon there. And when you click on it, there you go, you will see this. So let's start with something very basic. So first of all, you will give it a name. So let's give it let's say that it emojifies everything, right? So it is like emojify persona or emojify assistant. Okay, just give it an icon here. Let's say moody smile, and then your task. We are giving it a system prompt, so it needs system prompt. It needs to know what to do with it because you're basically you're calling this in the middle of your conversation. And then, once I do the demo, it will become more clear. Your task is to always, is to do your best to emojify the given context, say as much as possible. Okay, so once you have that, hopefully that's a good system prompt, and we're just using an example, and I'll get more into the advanced examples later on. And then now this is interesting here. We have something called mode. So a system prompt. So because you're calling this assistant in the middle of your conversation, you might already have system prompt, right, for the conversation. So here you are saying what to do with this system prompt. Should we append this? So that means that it will append the system prompt at the end of the system prompt that you already have. Or you can say, well, prepend it, right? Put it at the top. Or you can also say, don't worry about it because it might not be very useful to have other context or the other system prompt. So let's replace this. So by default, we append that, and you can choose whatever you want to. And this one is just a description, this just for you, for your reference. So let's say adds emojis. Now, after that, things will get very interesting here. So you can add add-ons. Like I said, this takes things to a different level when you have add-ons. So you're basically giving more context to your assistant, your agent, your persona, whatever you want to call it. And then you can also enable real-time data here, or very powerful, you can also give it the tool sets and then live context. This is the one that we created in previous video. And then you can also do, so this is called something called contextual, and I'll come to that. But what is important here is the selecting a model. Let's say that for this one, we'll just add this one. Doesn't matter, but we'll add that one. So now we also have this, what we call few short prompts. So that basically means you can give some examples, right? So in a complex conversation, you might want it to like, okay, this is how you should be responding. That's what few short prompts are, like examples, right? And when you send that examples to the model, it knows how to respond given some of the examples. And this is not something new to personas. This could be, given in a regular conversation as well. So when you add a new few short, then you can select what mode you want. Again, you want it like to be sent as a user or as an assistant, right? So right now we have sent as a user. So maybe when user says sun, for an example, maybe we are saying when there is a, let's say sun and moon, and we are saying, okay, assistant response would be something like, I don't know, emoji sun. Okay, sun, and then let's say moon. Something like this. Okay, so we are saying, okay, this is how it should be, and you can add more, right? So as you add more, we also make it easy. So small details here, but we know that you previously added assistant message, so you are selecting user by default for you. But you can obviously change this one, and this goes on and on. User assistant. So hopefully you don't have to change this, keep changing this. Oh, I deleted the one that I guess supposed to be deleted. It doesn't matter. So let's remove that. We don't need that one. I think they know how to add emojis. Okay, so once you have that one, you can save this. So once we have emoji assistant, there we go. So now let's go here and then let's select something else here. Let's select Mistral Nemo here and ask it to say something very interesting about the universe, right? Tell me something about the universe. And let's add some temperature here. Add temperature. Okay, 0.5. And then we say apply. And then we send this. Okay, there we go. We have that. So now what we can do here, let me close this. Now we can call the assistant that we added, right? So, and you can do that by clicking here. So you can select here and then emoji assistant. You can also do like type add, and then use your keyboard, or search for it if you have many, or you can just manage personas from here as well. Let's do this one and say, do your thing. Let's see what it does. Do your thing. We haven't said anything. We haven't told it to, we haven't here anywhere else. We haven't said like add emojis or anything like that. But that assistant should know to add emojis. So let's see what happens here. All right, there you go. It added some emojis, as you can see. So as you can see, this is very powerful feature. And you can continue to chat with it or use that persona, or you can say, okay, now thank you so much. Your job here is done. Now we're good. And over here, we do show you that this was, this was a persona, not the regular model, by adding this at. And then if you hover here, it shows like, oh yeah, you use emoji assistant for this. Okay, now let me show you an advanced example of this. So let's go to personas again, and let's delete this. So adding these personas from scratch may not be that much fun. So what we have done here to get things started is you can go click here and say import default personas, and then it will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 personas for now. We will try to add more when we release this, but we have 10 for now. Okay, so if you click on this one, these are more involved, and basically what you see here is name, system prompt. That's very important, and then some description, and then emoji and all that. So what we're going to do here is, let's say there is an answers analyzer. You're a PhD, you need to evaluate the current answer probably in the input section below, blah, 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 blah. And then we have a meeting mind extractor, AI response quality rater, and all that. So let's use this. Let's use this poet one, and see what happens. Okay, so I'm not going to select too much here. Just change that one. Poet is, let's give it a Gemini here, and that's all we need to do. Just save. You can also make a clone of this one here. Okay, so, and then for another one would be, let's do AI response quality rater. That basically rates the quality of AI responses compared to ultra qualified humans. Let's see what that does. Okay, Mr. Nemo here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of temperature here, maybe at 0.6. Oops. Yeah, it should be 0.6 here. Okay, so give it some temperature here. Save this. Let's make sure the point here also gets some temperature. Maybe we want it to be very creative. 0.8. Hope that works. All right, we don't need to, if you want, you can create, give some examples here for to help. your assistant. Okay, so save that. Let's make sure we save that as well. Save that. Save that. All right, let's see now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is let me change this and ask it Gemma 2B. Let's give it some temperature as well. I should have probably created a preset for this one, but that's fine. 0.6. Okay, tell me something interesting. So we're asking them a 2B about this. Send. What we're gonna do, if we click here, we have many here. So poet in what we use, AI response quality rate is what we're gonna use. So let's use poet here. All right, we're gonna ask poet. You can, now ask what you want this to do. Like let's say do your thing. Don't explain anything, just the poem. Let's see what it is now. Just keep that in mind. We have selected Gemma 2, but the poet is it's Gemini, right? So all right, there you go. You can see a different icon here. Okay, so it did create a poem here. A whisper of wind through fields of gold, a story untold in whispers old, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now, now what you can do here is we can close this and then ask the AI response quality rater to rate it. So rate it now. See what it does. All right. So anyway, so it is giving 75 out of 100. So, this is how you will be using personas here. You can create your own little assistant, and I haven't demoed you how to, power them up with the add-ons here, attachment and all that. That's for some other days. What I want to demo you really quickly is all these personas is good. And one of our users brought up how they want to be able to share some of these awesome features, configurations that's in Msty Studio within a community. And let me demo that, how easy we make it to sort of import, export personas. So for that, what you can do here is go to personas, and then let's say we want to share this. Let's say we want to share answers analyzer, and then answer analyzer. Let's say you created this. This is my answers analyzer, and you said, okay, this model is good for. Let's say let's do granite 3 dense here. Let's say this is good at it, and we can add some parameters here. Temperature 0.3, let's say, and all that. And then you can do save. Let's save that first, and then you can export persona. There you go. We exported the persona there. And now what you can do, let's delete this. Delete this persona, and let's import it. So to import this one, click here, import persona, and let me drag and drop from here. Just a second. Okay. So document downloads. There you go. So I downloaded, added this, and then once I do start importing, my answers analyzer is here with everything, right? So this is how you would be sharing. You will be sharing with other users, or you can just back them up, right? You can use them as a backup. Now, when you do export import, it's not just basically we export and import these things. We also export and import other things here. Let me show you this. So let's say that for this one you did. Let me delete this old file so that I know that these are not being reused. Okay. Okay. So now, let's say we added some attachments here, right? We go here, added some attachments, and we go to web pages, and then here we say we added that https msty.apps/changelog, and we fix that. So this is one of the features that I showed you in one of our previous videos here. Okay, so we have the change that we imported that, and you can add images, documents, YouTube links, blah blah blah. You can add tools and things like that. One context seal. I'll show you really quickly what that context seal does. I forgot about that. Okay, so now, and also maybe here is your my user prompt as an example. Whatever that is, whatever you want to add. Okay, so and let's save this one. Okay, so now that is saved, let's export this. Exported that, and let's delete this. Let's refresh this just to make sure that we're not showing, still using the old one. All right, I don't have that. Let's import that. Import, and let me drag and drop my persona here. That let's say I got it from some other users. Now, just remember that it also had some attachments, right? So now when I do start importing, this will be very fast. Okay, so now when I click here, as you can see, it selected, saved everything. It did that, and then it also added that attachments for you. So you don't have to worry about it. So you can share this with your colleagues, co-workers, community users, your friends, your parents, your kids, your siblings, your students, whoever they are. So that's it for personas. One thing that you could do is, as you when you're doing this, what you can do is you can use this context seal, and you can enable this one. So basically what it does is basically the same thing that context seal does, right? It adds the context seal. You can say, okay, I want you to be active, respond, but you add a context seal. So you can say where do you want to add the context seal? You want to add it before, or you want to add it after. So let's say we said, once you are done, add some context seal for me, so that the next conversation I can continue with something else, but also generate some context summary for me. Okay, so context summary, context seal, and then we are saying yes. For this one, let me get rid of this. Okay, so let me use something that's already active. Okay, save. And then we say, let me double check this again. We said after and generates the summary. Now, as you remember from one of my previous videos, what we'll use to generate the summary is the model squad, right? So if you go here, model squad here, I don't have anything, so it would have used the whatever is active there. So let me say for context seal summary generation, let's use Gemini 2.0 Flash here. Just a demo. So now what I've done is I've created this persona. Here called my answers analyzer, and it enable context seal. It is using Gemma 2B and all that thing. Okay, so let me use this one. Let me ask it to tell me about the universe. And this is just an example, so don't worry about what answers we get or whatever. Doesn't matter. I just want to show you the context seal, how that works here in this in this context. Kind of pun intended. Okay, so we don't have anything here. Now let's summon that. I can hit add and then use my answer analyzer here. Now please analyze this. So let's see what it does. Okay, it is using that one, and as you can see now, it's creating created context. And then when you click on it, it also created some summary for us. So it added the context seal summary for us, so you can continue that. All right, it's already kind of a long video, but that's what we have for personas. Once you start composing the add-ons to this persona, it's a really, really powerful tool. I have not even scratched the surface of what is possible with this one, and I might not even be able to ever find out all the powers or everything that it could do. So I'm hoping that you guys can, find some cool ways to use this and show us what you can do. Maybe it can do deep search and all that one. We'll see. Now, we have a couple of more awesome features to demo you guys. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.